Okay, this time I think we're actually dandy, guys. So to explain real quick that awkward remake, we have Take TV in here this time, so I hope it's all good. Fingers are crossed we don't have to remake again. But same spawn location, same map, spawning here at the top left corner of the map in the Home Story Cup 9 top 8 finish qualifiers, whatever you want to look at them as. These guys have already been invited. These guys are already allowed to go to Home Story Cup 9. But what they're playing for today is a fully paid trip, paid by Take TV, which is pretty freaking awesome if you ask me. If you guys don't know how expensive plane tickets are, then you would know that this is actually a very expensive tournament. At any rate, spawning in the top left corner of the map, he's red, he's Terran. It is the barcode best known as Yoda. His opponent in the top right, pink Protoss from Samsung Galaxy. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Stork. Now it's worth noting, Yoda, I believe, is currently playing from Germany. I think that's where the team house is situated. I could be wrong. It's Europe either way, because he's in the gem house with like MC and Hyun and First and such, and Stork, of course, coming from Korea, has necessitated that these two meet up on the North American server, the US server, so this is going to be a little bit rough for both. Neither player really has that comfortable, no lag issue, I guess you could call it. But I already like the way Stork has started this off. By putting the pylon here, really subtle, real simple, you put the gateway as well, this already shuts down Reapers in a big way. One of the biggest ways they, of course, do this is by the fact that Reapers can't go behind your mineral lines and start sniping off probes. Not that Habitation Station's a great map for Reapers in the first place, but every great Terran player you watch, MMA, Innovation, well actually not so much Innovation actually, but Jakshi especially, these guys always make the one Reaper, and they always scout diligently with it, and it is such a crucial part of TVP. I think for both players too. I think for the Terran player, one of the biggest goals of scouting early on is you have to be able to see which tech path your opponent's taking so you can respond appropriately. You cannot just blindly go aggression. My greatest example of this, guys, is back in Wings of Liberty. There was like this really cheesy build Terran players could do where you just do like 5 racks Marine, pump it, and try and brute force a Protoss player down who didn't have a photon overcharge at the time. But that being said, if you never scouted that they were going for fast Colossus, you were just shut down before you even got started. So the same logic applies to whatever tech he ends up going for. You have to recognize this at a fast Colossus, which is the most common thing now, or maybe it's a slightly older school build. You get the Twilight Council, the charge, the armor upgrades, you know? Or in the most unlikely scenario, you see a Stargate that doesn't make an Oracle, but instead Phoenix or something. Whatever the case may be, we don't actually have a Reaper coming out of Yoda, but instead just using the SCV for the time being. Now at the start of the game, this is okay. And what's weird to consider is this SCV can actually scout later on if Yoda is like super Gosu Pro. In fact, he is looking to go out of his way to hide this. And then might be a proxy factory? No, Stork side. Okay, so like the reason I was saying maybe is because he's delayed it at home. So what I imagine Yoda was going to try and do is if the pylon wasn't in vision and he could have snuck up here, he would have placed one down. Alternatively, though, if he had wanted to actually do a proxy factory, he could have just built up the gold and lifted it. Either way, he puts the factory down at home, he's good to go. No cheese coming out of Yoda. But yeah, without that Reaper scout, it's a little bit irritating to get back in there for that free scout, and you can't exactly burn scans as a Terran player. So what often ends up happening, and again, I really draw attention to Jakshi, if you guys, because he does it more than anyone else. He will use his SCV like a Reaper. I don't know how. It gets past the mothership core. It'll dodge past zealots and somehow get to the main to scout. I'm not sure if Yoda's going to be able to do the same thing, but I kind of feel like he's going a little bit early. It's more like the 6-7 minute mark you really want to hit with that SCV scout. Unfortunately, he will just lose it straight up though, so completely irrelevant. Now, we do see the gold base being taken, and I didn't draw a lot of attention to it because it's the most obvious thing to look at, but this is actually really unusual and unlikely for TVP. So Stork's already getting a little bit weird with this. But at the same token, this can be incredibly strong. Zealots, they cost a lot of money, but you can build them fast if you got gold minerals. Same go for Stalkers. The problem is, though, this base is kind of exposed, and let's be honest, this is asking to be dropped at some point this game if given the opportunity. But it looks like Yoda's looking to focus a little bit more on the defensive, so he didn't get a scout. He doesn't really know whether it was going to be Stargate open or not, so what we do see in the mineral lines right now are Widow Mines. This is to catch the Oracle if and when it comes. Now, we know it's not a Stargate opener, but again, because it's pretty much the single most predictable thing a Protoss player can make, an Oracle, it's every Terran that just does this for safety's sake. One of the things too, by the way, guys, is well, Oracles are a problem. You don't necessarily need Widow Mines to do it. You can do it with just Marines. I really prefer, honestly, watching players do the 2 racks opening to this. I think it's a lot more effective versus most Protoss players. But of course, Stork is just getting away with this gold base right now, and I don't think Yoda scouted this still. No, this is a little bit rough. Well, there's a lot of gateways coming down, but we're still waiting to see that Twilight Council, that Robo Bay, that Stargate. I mean, you could play off of gateway tech for a while, granted, but if he's gonna 6 gate? I say the question mark because I don't know if the economy supports this or not. Like, okay, so to elaborate this a little bit more, Yoda's gonna move out, and this is really unfortunate. If he gets across the map unhindered, then he'll drop and he'll kill countless probes. The problem is he needs all these units at home right now. One bunker will not cut it. We gotta pause going down right now, guys, but look at this army. Not that scary at the moment, but it's enough to break down the bunker. What's going to happen is, of course, force fields go off on the other sides of the bunker so that the SCVs cannot get a connection to repair it. I don't know what they're saying, but they're probably complaining about latency. Tends to be the case. Yoda coming from Europe, of course, going to feel the burn. At any rate, we got add-ons coming down. We don't have any production. A Marauder is on the way, and Stimpack is so far off. I kind of think this bus is just going to break Stork, only because Stork had brought his Widow Mines with him. If these Widow Mines were at home, he could hold the ramp all day. There's no detection for them whatsoever. Even if they only pick off one Zealot, one Stalker at a time, either way, the SCVs will be way too late to the bunker. He's going to have to give up this base right away. Recognizing this, he just pulls back to the main, and oh no, he's going to lose so many supply depots. The command center can be saved, but at the same token, he's really doing a lot of damage to the other side of the map. Or, no, maybe not as much damage as I had thought. He did get a decent Widow Mine hit off, but, of course, the Zealots will clean this up. Back at home, though, he tries desperately to hold that depot down. It's going to fall, though. And, oh, the hallucination eats the Widow Mine. That couldn't have gone better for Stork, as he just busts right on through. Who needs Blink when you've got raw power, he says. And quite frankly, the production here is not going to cut it. A siege tank is coming out, but it's going to pop out on the wrong side. GG is called, and Stork will wrap up game.